common loon, Gavia immer. The common loon is a distinctive waterfowl native to northern regions of North America, renowned for its haunting, wailing calls that echo across pristine lakes and wilderness areas. These sleek, diving birds feature striking black and white plumage with intricate checkered patterns on their backs during breeding season, while their piercing red eyes and dagger-like bills make them formidable fish hunters. Perfectly adapted for aquatic life, loons have solid bones, unlike most birds with hollow bones, and legs positioned far back on their bodies, making them exceptional divers, but awkward on land. They can dive to depths of over 200 feet and remain submerged for several minutes while pursuing fish, their primary food source. Common potoo, or Nyctibius griseus. The common potoo is a masterful nocturnal bird found throughout Central and South America, famous for its extraordinary camouflage abilities and haunting nighttime calls. During the day, these medium-sized birds remain motionless on tree branches, their mottled gray-brown plumage and unique posture making them virtually indistinguishable from broken tree stumps or dead branches. Their large yellow eyes and wide gaping mouths are perfectly adapted for catching flying insects during nighttime hunts, while their soft, mournful calls have inspired countless folklore tales throughout their range. Potoos don't build traditional nests. Instead, females lay a single egg in a small depression on a tree branch, where both parents take turns incubating it while maintaining their cryptic pose. The shoebill is an extraordinary large wading bird native to the swamps and wetlands of East Africa, instantly recognizable by its massive shoe-shaped bill that gives the species its common name. Standing up to 5 feet tall, with a wingspan reaching 8 feet, these prehistoric-looking birds are patient hunters that can remain motionless for hours while waiting for lungfish, their preferred prey, to surface in papyrus swamps. Their distinctive machine gun-like bill clattering serves as both a greeting and territorial display, while their piercing gaze and stoic demeanor have earned them legendary status among birdwatchers. Despite their imposing appearance, shoebills are surprisingly gentle parents, carefully regulating the temperature of their eggs by covering them with wet vegetation and providing shade during the hottest parts of the day. Capuchin bird, also known as the calf bird, is a unique South American species found in the dense rainforests of the Guianas and northern Brazil, distinguished by its bare orange head and neck that resembles a monk's cowl. This medium-sized bird belongs to the cotinga family and displays remarkable sexual dimorphism, with males featuring striking cinnamon-brown plumage contrasted against their distinctive bald orange head, while females are more subdued in coloration. During breeding season, males perform elaborate courtship displays from high perches, inflating their throat sacs and producing deep, resonant calls that can be heard over considerable distances through the forest canopy. The southern cassowary is a massive, flightless bird native to the rainforests of northeastern Australia and New Guinea, often considered one of the world's most dangerous birds due to its powerful legs and dagger-like claws. Standing up to 6 feet tall and weighing over 130 pounds, these prehistoric-looking birds feature glossy black feathers, bright blue and purple neck coloration, and a distinctive bony casque or a helmet on top of their heads that helps them push through dense vegetation. Cassowaries are primarily frugivorous and serve as crucial rainforest gardeners, dispersing seeds from over 200 plant species throughout their territory, with some seeds only able to germinate after passing through their digestive system. Despite their fearsome reputation, cassowaries are generally shy and reclusive, preferring to avoid human contact, though they will aggressively defend their territory and young if threatened.
White bellbird, Procneus albus, is a remarkable South American species found in the mountain forests of the Guyanas, Venezuela, and northern Brazil, holding the distinction of producing the loudest bird call ever recorded at over 125 decibels. Males are almost entirely white, with a distinctive black bill and a peculiar inflatable wattle that hangs from their forehead, which they use during their deafeningly loud mating displays performed from high perches in the forest canopy. These medium-sized birds belong to the cotinga family and exhibit extreme sexual dimorphism, with females being olive green with yellow streaking and lacking the male's dramatic white plumage and facial ornamentation.
Laughing kookaburra, or Dacelo novaguineae, is Australia's largest kingfisher and one of the country's most iconic birds, famous for its distinctive laughing call that has earned it the nickname Bushman's alarm clock. These robust, stocky birds feature brown and white plumage with subtle blue markings on their wings and tail, and possess oversized heads with powerful beaks perfectly adapted for catching snakes, lizards, insects, and small mammals, rather than fish like most kingfishers. Native to eastern Australia but successfully introduced to other regions, kookaburras are highly social birds that live in family groups and engage in cooperative breeding, with older offspring helping to raise younger siblings. Their territorial laughing chorus, often performed at dawn and dusk, serves to establish territory boundaries and has become synonymous with the Australian bush in popular culture worldwide.
The bald eagle is America's national bird and a magnificent raptor that has made a remarkable recovery from near extinction to become a conservation success story throughout North America. These powerful birds of prey are instantly recognizable by their distinctive white head and tail feathers, contrasting with their dark brown body, though juveniles don't develop this iconic plumage until they reach 4 to 5 years of age. With wingspans reaching up to 8 feet and exceptional eyesight that's 4 times sharper than human vision, bald eagles are formidable hunters that primarily feed on fish, but will also take waterfowl, small mammals, and carry on.
The screaming piha is a medium-sized South American bird found throughout the Amazon basin, notorious for producing one of the most penetrating and persistent calls in the entire rainforest ecosystem. This relatively plain-looking bird, with its grayish-brown plumage and subtle rufous highlights, belongs to the cotinga family, and more than compensates for its modest appearance with its extraordinary vocal abilities. Males produce incredibly loud, piercing whistles that can reach 116 decibels and carry for over half a mile through dense forest, often calling persistently for hours from high perches in the canopy. These calls serve multiple purposes, including territory establishment, mate attraction, and maintaining contact with other individuals, making the screaming piha one of the most acoustically dominant species in its neotropical habitat. The North Island brown kiwi is New Zealand's most widespread kiwi species and an extraordinary flightless bird that has evolved unique adaptations for a nocturnal, ground-dwelling lifestyle. These chicken-sized birds are covered in hair-like feathers that give them a furry appearance, possess vestigial wings hidden beneath their plumage, and have incredibly long, flexible bills equipped with nostrils at the tip for detecting prey underground. Kiwis are the only birds with functional nostrils at the end of their beaks, allowing them to sniff out earthworms, insects, and larvae in soil and leaf litter during their nighttime foraging expeditions. As New Zealand's national symbol, these remarkable birds face ongoing threats from introduced predators, but dedicated conservation efforts, including predator control and captive breeding programs, are helping stabilize their populations. Barn owl, or Tyto alba. The barn owl is one of the world's most widespread bird species, found on every continent except Antarctica and Australia, renowned for its ghostly white appearance and exceptional hunting abilities in complete darkness. These medium-sized owls feature distinctive heart-shaped facial discs that act like satellite dishes, collecting and focusing sound waves to their asymmetrically placed ears, allowing them to pinpoint prey location with remarkable precision even in total darkness. Their soft, fringed wing feathers enable completely silent flight, making them devastating hunters of small mammals, particularly rodents, which they swallow whole and later regurgitate as compact pellets containing bones and fur. With their pale, ethereal appearance and habit of nesting in barns, church towers, and other human structures, barn owls have inspired countless folklore tales and superstitions throughout human history. The helmeted hornbill is a large, critically endangered bird species native to the tropical rainforests of Southeast Asia, distinguished by its massive casque, or helmet-like structure, made of solid keratin that comprises up to 10% of the bird's body weight. Unlike other hornbills, whose casques are hollow, the helmeted hornbill's solid casque has been prized for centuries in traditional carving, leading to severe population declines due to illegal hunting and trade. These impressive birds, measuring up to 5 feet in length, are primarily frugivorous and play crucial roles as seed dispersers in their forest ecosystems, while males engage in spectacular aerial jousting matches where they collide casque first in mid-air to establish dominance. Their distinctive calls, ranging from deep hoots to maniacal laughter, can carry for miles through the forest canopy. But sadly, these vocalizations are becoming increasingly rare as their populations continue to decline. The Australian bustard is the largest flying bird native to Australia, capable of reaching weights up to 35 pounds while maintaining the ability to fly with powerful wing beats across the continent's open grasslands and semi-arid regions. These impressive birds display remarkable sexual dimorphism, with males significantly larger than females and featuring elaborate courtship displays that include inflating throat sacs, fanning their tails, and performing intricate dances to attract mates during breeding season. Highly nomadic, Australian bustards travel vast distances following seasonal food sources, feeding on a varied diet of insects, small reptiles, seeds, and vegetation, while serving as important indicators of ecosystem health. Unfortunately, these magnificent birds have experienced significant population declines due to habitat loss, vehicle strikes, and hunting pressure, leading to their classification as vulnerable in many Australian states. The willow ptarmigan is a hardy Arctic grouse species that has mastered survival in some of the world's harshest environments, ranging across the tundra regions of Alaska, Canada, Scandinavia, and Russia. These remarkable birds undergo dramatic seasonal plumage changes, molting from pure white winter feathers that provide perfect camouflage against snow, to mottled brown and rust-colored summer plumage that blends seamlessly with tundra vegetation. Willow ptarmigan are one of the few bird species that remain in the Arctic year-round, adapting to extreme cold with feathered feet that act like natural snowshoes and the ability to dive into snow for insulation during blizzards. During breeding season, males establish territories and perform elaborate courtship flights while producing distinctive calls. And these monogamous pairs work together to raise their precocial chicks in the brief but productive Arctic summer. The Asian koel is a large cuckoo species distributed across South and Southeast Asia, famous for its loud, distinctive calls that have made it a prominent feature in regional literature, poetry, and folklore for centuries. Males are glossy black with striking red eyes and bills, while females display brown plumage with white spots and barring, representing one of the most extreme examples of sexual dimorphism among cuckoos. Like many cuckoo species, Asian koels are brood parasites, with females laying their eggs in the nests of crow species, particularly house crows and large-billed crows, leaving the unsuspecting hosts to raise their young. These primarily frugivorous birds play important ecological roles as seed dispersers and are considered harbingers of the monsoon season in many cultures, with their increasingly frequent calls often coinciding with the arrival of seasonal rains.
Gray go-away bird is a distinctive African bird species found throughout sub-Saharan savannas and woodland areas, named for its loud, nasal, go-away call that serves as an early warning system for other wildlife when predators approach. These medium-sized birds, measuring about 20 inches in length, feature uniform gray plumage with darker flight feathers and a prominent crest that they raise when excited or alarmed. Highly social and gregarious, gray go-away birds live in flocks of 6 to 30 individuals and are known for their raucous, chattering vocalizations that can be heard over considerable distances across the African landscape. They feed primarily on fruits, flowers, leaves, and occasionally insects, using their strong bills to access various plant materials while serving as important seed dispersers in their ecosystems, though their warning calls often frustrate hunters and wildlife photographers by alerting potential prey to human presence.
The brown sicklebill, Epimachus mayeri, is an extraordinary bird of paradise species endemic to the mountain forests of New Guinea, renowned for the male's incredibly long, curved bill that can reach up to 4 inches in length and is perfectly adapted for accessing nectar from deep tubular flowers. Males display magnificent iridescent plumage with bronze, green, and purple hues, along with ornate flank plumes and elongated central tail feathers that they use in elaborate courtship displays performed at traditional display sites called leks. These specialized birds have co-evolved with specific flowering plants, particularly various species of rhododendron, and their curved bills allow them to access nectar sources that are unavailable to other birds, making them crucial pollinators in their high-altitude forest ecosystems. The species exhibits extreme sexual dimorphism, with females being much smaller and displaying cryptic brown plumage that provides excellent camouflage while nesting and raising young in the dense mountain forests.